Work besties, welcome back. We've got an interesting one today, a highly requested one. We're gonna go over how to pack for a work trip, carry on only. I recently did this for a trip and I shared it in my stories and I had hundreds of messages being like, how? What did you pack? How did you do it? I'm gonna share my secrets with you today, all right? We're gonna go over what luggage I use, what personal items I bring. I'm gonna show you how I build like a mini capsule wardrobe for like a 2-3 day work trip. And hopefully if you've got a work trip coming up, this will give you some tips and tricks so you don't have to check a bag. So I always bring a roller and then I will bring a purse or a handbag, and that gets me away with a carry-on only. For the last couple years, I was using the Bays carry-on, and while I do really like it, it's a great bag and I really like how they've structured everything in the inside compartments, I have run into some issues where it didn't fit into the airline measurements or in the overhead bins. It forced me to have to look elsewhere for luggage, but it is a really great option and I do really like it. This is a newer one. They actually sent this in PR, but I purchased the same one like years ago that I've been using in black. Great luggage. Just be really mindful of the measurements depending on what airlines you fly. So I stopped using that when I'm doing a work trip because reality is I can't check a bag if I have to, if I'm forced at the guest counter, because I've got like medications in there and electronics and batteries and all of that. So that's just not gonna work for me. Which led me to this purchase, which drained my bank account, but I'll explain why. So the Rimowa, their small carry-on, the sizing fits. I've never had an issue for sizing. And because I travel quite a bit for work now, I often will put my electronics, like my laptop, my camera in here. And I wanted something that was really, really, really robust, like aluminum, so that when I'm putting it into overhead bins, and we all know those people that go on airplanes and like shove their stuff even though there's no room. I really didn't want any of my valuables to be broken, so I wanted to invest in something that is like bulletproof. I absolutely love it. It rolls like a dream, as it should for that price point, and it's got a lifetime guarantee. So this is what I'm using now. Again, it is very pricey. I am aware of that. It was something that I saved up for a little bit, but it has lived up to all my expectations. It's just been a great little companion. But you can see size-wise, can you see? There is quite a bit of a difference, even though it doesn't necessarily look like it. And you notice with how much you can pack. I could definitely get a lot more in this one, given the slight increase in size, but just this little bit of a difference is a big deal on a lot of the aircrafts, especially I've been flying lately. So that is the Rolly situation. For the handbag, I try to bring a handbag that can also double as a work bag, so something I could bring to an office, to a conference, that can house my laptop, my electronics, my notebooks, pens, what have you. And so I kind of alternate between, this is actually what I used to use back in the day at my last job when I was traveling all the time. I honestly don't know where I got it. It was definitely on the cheap side. It held up great for me. It has all these different compartments in it, laptop compartment, some old business documents. That's funny. Did not know that that was in here. I really like it. Oh, wow. I should really clean this bag out. I try to bring something around this size so that I can put my laptop in it so that I could do some work potentially while I'm traveling. Recently, I've been using this bag, which again, big investment, I know. I purchased it last year. I really like it. Not everyone's cup of tea, I know, because there's no closure in the top, but I also put all of my stuff into bags and then organize it in here. So I've really liked it. It fits really well under an airplane seat. It's really like sturdy and well built. I definitely got the darker version of it because I did not want to worry about putting it on the ground and getting scuffs on it and marks. And so I would say if you're going to purchase the book tote from Dior, this is the medium size, get it in a dark color, something that is not going to stain easily, especially if you're using it for a lot of work travel. But I think it's a great bag. I wear it to the office while I'm traveling. I wear it on the airplane. It fits really nicely on top of my luggage bag as well. That's what I'll kind of do for luggage. This is my current setup. If I was going on a business trip tomorrow, this is what I would pack. Clothes are arguably the hardest part to get carry-on only. So this is kind of, I try to build a capsule wardrobe, if you will. So everything can go with multiple pieces, because what I struggle with is if I'm like, this is the outfit I'm gonna wear that day, and then I get to that day and I'm just not feeling it, or I'm not feeling super confident in it, I don't like that. So I'd rather have options to be able to switch things up, but just bring a lot of basics so I can kind of mix and match. I'll always kind of bring with me a 3-piece suit. So I've got the big blazer on top, I've got a plain pair of trousers, and then a matching vest if I want to do a 3-piece suit. It's just a really easy look, and also I find the blazer can double in the evening as like a jacket to elevate a more casual pant. I'll always bring a blazer with me. Then I'll bring a second look. So because this look is on the darker side, I'll bring a lighter look. So I'll bring a white button up, super versatile, and then a white under bodysuit, and then a lighter pair of trousers, just something thin, especially as the weather's starting to warm up, so that I could do this together. I could do the white blouse with the dark trouser. I could do the dark trouser even with that vest, with the blazer over top. I could do, there's just a lot of ways to mix and match. And then I'll kind of throw in a plain black t-shirt, and then another button up or another shirt that can also be paired with one of the trousers, or I guess both of them. I probably wouldn't pair them with those ones. Just kind of 2 floater shirts that I could mix the outfits up with. And then my airplane outfit will always be something really cozy, so a sweater that I could wear or wear over my shoulders. I like to dress business casual when I'm traveling for a business trip, because oftentimes you get there and you're either traveling with your colleagues or you're going right to the office after. So I like to be comfortable but still put together enough, you know? So I'll bring a comfortable t-shirt, but it has a collar. The collar can also pop underneath of the sweater to peek out a bit, which I think just looks a little more elevated. I'll bring a comfier pair of trousers. These ones are so comfortable. They're from Reformation. They are really, really, really long. So if you're not tall, think that one through before you purchase them. I really like these. Sometimes I'll also travel in like a darker wash of a pair of jeans. Really depends how long the travel is, to be honest, but if it's something a little bit longer, I'm gonna travel with those. So that would be on top, that would be on bottom. This would be over the shoulders / it would go into my personal bag, kind of sitting on top if I don't wanna wear it. And then if I wanted to have an evening look, depending on where I'm traveling, which oftentimes I feel like for work isn't overly exciting in my experience. Sometimes it's really exciting, you wanna go out and explore. The pair of pants that I will wear on the airplane could also transition to an evening look. Like I could put the blazer with that, I could put the vest with it. There's just a lot of different options I can mix and match. That's essentially all the clothes I'll bring. And then I'll bring obviously like underwear and socks and maybe like one oversized shirt to sleep in. Fun story for you here. My very first work trip, I will never forget this. I was traveling for a couple days, didn't know what to expect. I was really excited, really nervous, and my father, being the little jokester that he is, convinced me that on work travels, because companies like to save money, I would be roomed with my manager. And we would have separate beds in the same room, but they would be in the same room, like, you know, really close to each other. And we were going to be bunking together for the next couple of days. And he was so convincing. And I didn't know any different, because I was like, well, this is my first trip. I have no idea. I remember I packed probably half of my suitcase of just the most conservative pajamas in the entire world that you could imagine. Because I was like, I have to share a room with this stranger that I don't even know, but it's also my boss. I don't know if I'm just gullible or just my father's just really convincing, or I just looked up to him so much that I'm like, of course, he can't be lying to me. This is just how the business world goes. And maybe some companies do save money by doing that, but we certainly didn't. I remember getting there and fully expecting to be sharing a room with my boss, and then they gave me my own key, and I was like, that was the longest bit joke my father has ever played on me. So I tend to just bring now like one cozy big t-shirt to sleep in, so it doesn't take up a lot of room in my bag. Thanks, Dad, for that one. That's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life, but LOL, thanks. This is basically the clothes. Let's get them in the bag and I'll show you how much room that they take up before we get into shoes, which is always a fun one. Okay, this is the inside of the bag. I tend to pick the flatter side, whatever side doesn't have the ridges from the handle, to do the clothes, because I find that they lay a lot flatter. Hello, you can hardly see me. And I'm gonna show you, I tend to roll a lot of my clothes into really small bundles so that I can fit a lot more. So I should also mention, I bring one belt that can go with everything, just something really simple, because I want to accessorize with it or to hold up my pants, you know? All right, let's get into it. anything extra would kind of go in this area. But as you can see, all of my work clothes fit right here. So we got plenty of room to play with, and we've got the belt. Ta-da! A quick little recap of what we packed in case you're creating your own packing list. So 1 trouser with 1 matching blazer, 1 vest or something to make it a 3-piece suit, 1 white button down or whatever color button down you'd like, 1 pair of different colored trousers, 1 undershirt, cami, something to put underneath, 1 neutral color t-shirt, black or white, a blouse, a different kind of shirt that matches the trousers that you're bringing, and then for your carry-on or for your airplane outfit to wear, a comfortable pair of trousers or a little bit elevated comfy pant. A white t-shirt of some sort is typically my go-to with a more comfortable sweater. It's really not a lot. We tend to overpack thinking we're gonna need way more than we actually do. If you're someone also who likes skirts, a skirt is a really good option to mix into that kind of 3-piece suit idea, or bring a skirt that matches the blazer or a shirt that you're bringing that can be used in multiple different ways. I just tend to not wear skirts as often, so I don't normally bring them, but they're great for saving space. Or a dress, if you'd like to bring a dress, that also is a really good space saver. But yeah, this is all of the clothes that are gonna be there for work. And then we're gonna get into shoes. So I always travel in a white pair of sneakers. These are my airplane shoes. I have tons of different kind of white sneakers, but always a white sneaker. And then we're gonna try to stick away from big, bulky heels because they pack horrifically. We're gonna try to stay for something a little bit more simple. But I will say, if you're like, I need to wear a heel, a kitten heel is a great option. I thrifted these not too long ago, and they pack up to be so small, so simple, really easy to work with. I tend to bring 2 different shoes, so I'd bring like a kitten heel, and then I would bring either a loafer or a pair of flats, or these fun slide-on, forget what they're called. But yeah, kind of a loafer idea, because again, they just so small. Or if you want to bring a simple flat, that also works really well for packing. So 2 of these. Let's do the flats for these ones, and we'll leave the loafers at home this time. If you are just like not a white sneaker person, you could also find a really comfy pair of loafers and wear those as your airplane shoe as well. They're, at least from my experience, loafers are really comfortable, really versatile. And so then you'd have 3 different pairs of work shoes that you could kind of, alternate between. But a sneaker's great, especially if you're running late for a flight and you have to run through the airport. It's lovely for that. So I'll always put the shoes on the other side just because I don't want to mix them with my clothes because cleanliness, but also this way I have more room to play with, and I'll kind of work within the crevices to optimize the space. My shoes are in either side. Now with the rest of this space is going to be toiletries. I'm gonna put any chargers or things I don't need for the flight in here so that the weight is staying mostly in my roller bag and not coming in my carry-on, my personal item. My purse, I'd have my passport, my wallet, my laptop, a notepad and pen if I'm doing a lot of work, or I'll put a notepad and pen in here. But I kind of just really try to take away anything from the personal item that I don't need. If you're someone like me who has food allergies, I always end up packing snacks in here too to bring to work every day, because the allergy people know it's not always easy to eat catered lunches. So I always pack snacks as well. Other than that, there's not a heck of a lot to go in here. This is great for space. Briefly to talk about what you put in your toiletry kit. I mean, it's so personal to everyone, but I would say less is more. So you don't need to bring every fancy night serum and cream and all that fun stuff that you use at home. I just bring a simple moisturizer that can be used in the morning, in the evening. If I really want a serum, I'll bring like a small travel size one. Other than that, some makeup remover, a good cleanser to cleanse my face every night. I never bring a hair dryer or hair tools or anything like that. What I'll do actually is the day of travel, or as close to it as possible, I'll wash my hair and I'll give myself a blowout. And then when I get there, I'll do a lot of like slick back ponies. I'll have my hair down maybe the first day. So I'll end up bringing some like hair gel just to make sure things are slicked back, but I really don't fuss with my hair. And then if I really want to wash my hair when I'm there, I'll just use the hair dryer at the hotel, and then I'll do like slick back bun, minimal makeup, so things I can use multiple different ways. I'll bring kind of one eyeshadow palette that could be an eyeliner, an eyeshadow. I'll just like reduce how much makeup. I mean, I don't actually use that much anyways in my regular routine, and a lot of them are really small and travelable. So I'll kind of look at it and be like, okay, what do I actually need here? Do I have like a travel size mascara I can use instead of a big one? Stuff like that. Really, really just like bare basics of what you need cosmetic wise. That's what all fits in here. I put all skincare and makeup together in one bag. And then I always bring a pair of noise canceling headphones are a must, and one space-saving hack is I love the over-the-ear headphones, and if I have a lot of space, I'll always bring them. But if I'm really, really tight on space, I'll bring the noise-canceling earbuds, which are like this small in comparison to the big case of the other ones. That's basically it. I feel like I've gotten so minimalist packing over the last couple years. I'm like, extra space in here I'd probably fill with snacks, to be honest. I'm trying to think what else I could tell you. It's really about looking at what you just don't need and getting rid of it. Depending how long it is too, like I used to always bring a full like running shoes and workout set and whatever. And now I'm like, if I'm really gonna work out, I'll bring like one workout set, and then I'll make sure whatever shoes that I travel in the airport in, I could wear to the gym also. So I'm not packing unnecessarily large amounts of shoes. I don't know what else to tell you, but that's kind of how I approach my carry-on only packing for work trips. And I feel like I have more than enough in here to get me through. It stresses me out less to have less with me on the road. One, because it's less clutter, less options every day to dress myself. And then when I get home, the unpacking is a lot more simple. So I would just say less is more when it comes to work. Keep in mind that it is a work trip, so you're not necessarily going to need all of the stuff that you normally wear in your everyday life, because I find work trips exhausting. It's basically to the office, work a full day, and then rot in your hotel room as you recharge. So whatever you need to do, that is basically all you need to bring. But I would just stay on the less is more side. Find pieces that are really versatile. You can wear them multiple ways. No shame in wearing things multiple days in a row. Happy work traveling to you, work besties. I hope this was somewhat helpful in preparing you for your upcoming work travels. That's what I do. So thanks for being here as always. I appreciate you, and toodaloo for now.